Martial Realm sign in. A few moments later, Jin Tae-kyung went back to his room. As the rain drops from the roof, Jok Cheon-gang pours himself some cheap wine, and he said, "That pathetic silly Billy, survival of the fittest?" As he sips his cup of cheap wine and said, "You were the same. You eventually died at the hands of someone stronger." As he remembers what Jang Chun said, "I've never changed, not for a single second since I've met you." Jok Cheon-gang said, "No one is tainted from the start. It's because I never watched over him properly despite being so close to him." Cheon. As he thinks of Jang Chun sitting in front of him, as he smiled, Jok Cheon-gang smiled back, and he said, "I'm sorry, I truly am." As the rain pours out, the next day, Jin Tae-kyung woke up and yawns with his ugly face. "I wonder if it's because I was too tense yesterday. I couldn't sleep at all because I felt so troubled." And he said to himself, "Fire King Jok Cheon-gang, I thought he was some cold-blooded, bizarre old man. To think he'd have that side to him. And, what? As Jok Cheon-gang said last night, 'Did you not hear me?' Jin Tae-kyung said, 'No, I did hear you, but..." Jok Cheon-gang said, "I owe you a debt for stopping Jang Cheon, since you did what I should have done 10 years ago, and I sincerely apologize for my rash behavior before. I'm sorry." Jin Tae-kyung, shocked, said, "Whoa," as Chung Pung is still knocked out. Jok Cheon-gang, confused, said, "What? What's with that reaction?" Jin Tae-kyung said, "That's not it. I was just so surprised." Jok Cheon-gang blushed and said, What? Is it so surprising to see me apologize?" Jin Tae-kyung said to himself, "Of course, you darn old man. I thought you'd pulverize me for killing your disciple. Who would have thought you'd say something like that? Even you're feeling extremely awkward about it." Jin Tae-kyung said, I can't believe that the world-famous Fire King Jok Cheon-gang actually apologized to someone like me who's so much younger. I was simply surprised by how awe-inspiring and humble you were, that's all," as he pretends to look cute but still ugly. Jok Cheon-gang said, "Whatever, just leave. I'm starting to feel angry somehow." Jin Tae-kyung said, "Yes, sir." Jok Cheon-gang said, "I simply can't figure you out. Bring that guy who's been knocked out along with you." Jin Tae-kyung said, "Yes, sir." Jin Tae-kyung said to himself, "Well, whatever the case, the problem between me and that old man will be resolved as soon as I return this. I feel like I've forgotten something important." Yukmu Jin shouts at the door saying, "Squad leader, there's big trouble." Jin Tae-kyung said, "Why are you so noisy this early in the morning? What is it?" Yukmu Jin said, "Morning? The sun's already high up in the sky, though. Have you forgotten what day it is today?" Jin Tae-kyung said, "Today? What day is it?" Chung Pung said, "Hey, benefactor, do you really not know?" As Yukmu Jin trembles in fear, Jin Tae-kyung said, "I hope you'll refrain from saying things like that. I feel like it'll be 10 times more shocking when I hear you say things like that." Yukmu Jin said, "It's the first day of the new year. It's New Year's Day." Jin Tae-kyung puts on his robe, as he remembers what Va Peng said, "Since this is very important, I trust that you'll not mess it up." Jin Tae-kyung, shocked and sweating, said, "Oh right, New Year's Day." Yukmu Jin said, "What should we do?" Jin Tae-kyung said, "What else? Pack our luggage, we're leaving right away." Yukmu Jin said, "Warrior Wee is gonna kill me." Jin Tae-kyung said, "It's okay, Mujin. He won't be able to kill me." As he gave a thumbs up, Chung Pung said, "Oh, not me either." Yukmu Jin in anger shouts some gibberish. A few moments later, You're finally up?" Chung Pung said, "Oh, dumplings, tisk tisk. How could you young people sleep in until this time?" "You've got that exactly right. There were even times when I slept for less than 2 hours during my younger days." Jok Cheon-gang said, "Only 2 hours? Look back in my days." Chung Pung sat down and said, "Grandpas, can we eat the dumplings?" Jin Tae-kyung said to himself, "What's with the two of them eating together? Since when did Jung Tae-bo get here?" "Squad leader, this doesn't feel good. Shall we just leave quietly?" Chung Pung said, "There's a lot of meat too. Eat up." "Wow." Jin Tae-kyung, annoyed, said, "Leave quietly, my butt. Did you already forget how you fainted from getting hit with a chicken bone yesterday?" Yukmu Jin trembles and said, "That was a chicken bone. What do you guys intend to do now?" Jin Tae-kyung said, "We're thinking of returning to the main clan first. You said there's a gathering at the Jin clan, right?" "I see. You should get going." "About that request. It's hard to tell you how long it'll take, but it'll definitely be an item that will shake the world. So no need to worry about that. What I wish to ask of you is for you to make sure that you become strong enough to be worthy of it once it's ready." Jin Tae-kyung said, "Thank you. I'll do my best." Oh right, there's something I want to get from you. Jin Tae-kyung said to himself, ah that. Jin Tae-kyung said, I wasn't able to tell you because I was really out of sorts. I'll talk to my brother to give you a generous sum for your fees. Build a house for me. Jin Tae-kyung, confused, said, Pardon? A house? Build me one. I have no place to sleep because the last one got all burned up. Jin Tae-kyung said, Ah. Ahem. As Jok Cheon-gang continues to drink. As they look at Jok Cheon-gang. Jok Cheon-gang looks at them with piercing eyes and said, What are you looking at? Jin Tae-kyung looks away saying, It's nothing. Jok Cheon-gang said, If you've got something to say, then say it. I'm not that narrow-minded. Jin Tae-kyung said, Can I really say it? Jok Cheon-gang said, Yeah, just spit it out if you don't want to die. Jin Tae-kyung said, Actually, I have something that I've been holding on to. As Jok Cheon-gang looks at him silently, and he said, You intend to return it to me? Jin Tae-kyung said, Oh, of course. I'm afraid of what had happened to me if I kept it. As Jin Tae-kyung puts the item on the table, Jin Tae-kyung said, Yes, you should already know, the scorching elixir. Jok Cheon-gang said, You've already consumed it. Jin Tae-kyung said, Yes, that's right, as he sweats. Jok Cheon-gang said, But where's the jade? That's 10 millennium cold steel as well. Chong Peng said, Whoa. Jin Tae-kyung, confused, said, The jade? This is all I got, though? Jok Cheon-gang said, Got? Are you saying you didn't take it? Jin Tae-kyung said, Right. Something happened and I got these right after I woke up. Jok Cheon-gang said, Is there anyone you'd suspect? Jin Tae-kyung said to himself, The ones who gave me Jo Peel's items were Gong Ya-chung and Seo Cheon. Both of them aren't people who'd steal things, though. That also applies to the reconnaissance squad that was there when Jo Peel died. Jin Tae-kyung said, They're not people who do something like that. Jok Cheon-gang said, It's one of two things then. Someone tricked you, or Jang Cheon lost it. That complicates things. Very troublesome. Jin Tae-kyung sweats and said to himself, Darn it. I haven't even seen that darn jade at all. Jok Cheon-gang looks away saying, There's no helping it then. You should keep these for now. As they went silent. Jin Tae-kyung said, Why? Jok Cheon-gang points at him and said, Are you expecting an old man like me to go through the trouble of carrying those around then? Jin Tae-kyung said, But aren't these important items to you? You want me to hold on to them? Jok Cheon-gang said, It's 3 items. Have you forgotten what's in your stomach? My clan always gets back what is ours, no matter what method it requires. As Jin Tae-kyung thinks of Jok Cheon-gang cutting him open and taking the scorching pill out of him. Jin Tae-kyung scratched his head and said, My apologies, but I'll find a way to compensate you for the scorching elixir somehow in the future. So please take these items back. My heart isn't strong enough to keep them. Jok Cheon-gang said, If you continue to object, then I'll take back the items now. All 3 of them, as Jin Tae-kyung in fear was shocked. Jin Tae-kyung shouted, What if someone steals them from me? Jok Cheon-gang said, Then you'll die by my hands. Jin Tae-kyung said, Who knows if I'll secretly learn these? Jok Cheon-gang said, Then you'll die an even more painful death. Jin Tae-kyung said to himself, What kind of fiddlesticks nonsense is this? Suddenly, Jin Tae-kyung kneels to the ground as he straightens up, and Chong Peng said, Wampwa, you're leaving? Jok Cheon-gang sweats looking at Chong Peng eating a bao bun. Jok Cheon-gang said, You're worse than your grandfather. Don't stuff so much in your mouth. I'll see you again soon enough. Jin Tae-kyung's soul came out of his body. Yukmu Jin said, Squad leader, pull yourself together. Jin Tae-kyung said to himself, Why the heck is he doing this to me? As Chong Peng continues to eat. In a different scene at Taiyuan, the people gathered at the market. As people walked the street, a man said, Wow, there sure are a ton of people here. How am I supposed to find senior brother among all these people? As he bumps into a person, he then looks around. Escort agency leader, Oh said, You. And he looks behind and said, Stop right there, you cowhead. Chowu said, Are you? As he turns around and said, Talking to me? As lanterns flew in the sky, escort agency leader O hits the wall and said, Darn it, I can't believe we weren't even granted an audience, even if he's more reputable than us. How dare he treat us this way? His friend said, Escort agency leader, Oh, calm down, we can just come back tomorrow. Escort agency leader, O said, Do you think you could calm down if you were me? Not only did my son get beat up like a dog on the streets, I still have to make an apology. And, if I leave like this, what would the Jin family think of me? Are you flipping serious right now? His friend said to himself, His son isn't the only one who got beat up. My daughter was beaten as well. Why is he venting his anger on me when he can't even say a thing to the Jin family? An elder said, Now, escort agency leader, oh, we understand how you feel as well. The bearded man said to himself, This darn political snake. Escort agency leader O looks away. The old man opens the box and said, "This is a pill that I got from a physician, a very famous one. It's able to calm someone regardless of how agitated they are. Let's each eat one of these." As escort agency leader O looks at the pills and said, "Ahem, I'll let this go this time for the sake of Manor Master Tae." As escort agency leader O opens his mouth wide, Tae gently gives him the pill. Suddenly Chulwoo hits him from behind. Chulwoo said, "How am I supposed to find senior brother among all these people?" As the pill fell and rolls, Chulwoo looks around. Escort agency leader O, in anger, said, "You! Stop right there, you cowhead!" As Chulwoo stopped and said, "Are you?" As he turns around and said, "Talking to me?" Escort agency leader O said, "That's right, you silly Billy. Isn't it basic manners to apologize after bumping into someone else, you darn cowhead?" Chulwoo said, "That's what I hate hearing the most." Escort agency leader O said, "So what? What are you going to do? You're worse than a cow." Chulwoo, in anger, said, "How about I give you a thrashing then? Bring it on, you'll be seeking your own death." Suddenly a voice said, "No, I think there's been a misunderstanding here. I hope you can forgive us with a generous heart. Senior brother." Escort agency leader O said, "What? Misunderstanding? Forgive you? Who the heck are you to order me around?" Chulwoo said, "That silly Billy." The man said, "That wasn't what I meant when I said that. I apologize if it offended you." Yoonhyang said, "Why are you always apologizing to others?" Chulwoo said, "Shut up." Sect leader Song said, "Escort agency leader, oh, it'd be best to stop now." Manor Master Tae said, "Sect leader Song is right. What good would come out of kicking up a ruckus while we're on bad terms with the Jin family?" Escort agency leader O said, "There you go again with mentioning that darn Jin family?" Sect leader Song said, "I understand why you're angry, but please consider the position that we're in right now." Tae said, "Let's keep out of trouble, please." Leader O said, "Kyuk." Chulwoo said, "Can't I hit him just once?" Baek Muzong said, "That sounds like you're intending to kill him with that one hit. Have you forgotten our master? Strict orders to not attract unnecessary attention?" Chulwoo said, "Sigh, this is driving me nuts." Leader O holds his sword and said, "Shh. Even though beating you to death here won't be enough, I'll just take this as the mistake of an ignorant country bumpkin and overlook this. Get lost before I change my mind." Baek Muzong said, "Thank you for your understanding." Chulwoo said to himself, "I've memorized his face. I'll kill him if this happens again." Leader O said, Lucky silly Billy," as he walked away. Baek Muzong said, "You did well holding back. This is also a type of training." Chulwoo said, "What kind of training is this? I couldn't even use the martial arts that I trained so hard in." Baek Muzong said, "Martial arts are to help sharpen one's mind, not for killing others." Chulwoo said, "Who said I was going to kill him? I was just going to crush that mouth of his." Baek Muzong said, "Watch your words." As Baek Muzong stopped and was shocked, people in the crowd said, "Why is he here? Isn't that the young patriarch of the Jin family?" "Greetings, young patriarch." As Jin Wee-kyung walks forward, Baek Muzong and his team stand silently. Jin Wee-kyung smiled. As Baek Muzong looks at him, Jin Wee-kyung said, "I'm Jin Wee-kyung of the Jin family." Baek Muzong said, "I'm Baek Mu-sung of the Manhwa sect." Leader O was shocked and said to himself, "What? Who did he say he was?" As his friends were shocked. In a different scene, as the items of Jin Tae-kyung clank noisily on his back, the horses run faster, the items keep on hitting each other. Jin Tae-kyung looks behind and said to himself, This is so flipping troublesome. Since there are others around, I can't just put this into my inventory." Hyuk Mu-jin said, "Squad leader, what's wrong?" Jin Tae-kyung said, "Mu-jin, why did that old man entrust these items to me? Shouldn't he feel uneasy about it?" Hyuk Mu-jin said, "Are you still thinking about that? He already said it's because it's troublesome for him to carry them around." Jin Tae-kyung said, "Would you be able to stop thinking about it if you were me? He said he'll look for me soon." Hyuk Mu-jin said, That reminds me. Can I take some leave? It's been a while since I've met my parents." Jin Tae-kyung said, Nope. Silly Billy, you're trying to escape and survive by yourself." Chong Pong said, "I'm hungry." Hyuk Mu-jin said, "You just need to hide those items somewhere no one can find, right? Who knows? Maybe the Great Fire King might even reward you by teaching you martial arts for that." Jin Tae-kyung said, "As if he'd do that. Don't you know what passing and never teaching to only one person to outsiders means? And what makes it worse is that I'm the one who killed his disciple." Hyuk Mu-jin said, "Well, now that you say it like that, you're right. Chongpeng said, "Don't you think he's trying to make you his disciple?" As Jin Taekyung and Hyuk Moo Jin looked behind, Chongpeng smiled at them. Chongpeng said, "Grandpa Juk seemed to be paying a lot of attention to you, didn't he?" Jin Taekyung and Hyuk Moo Jin look at each other. Suddenly they burst into laughter saying, "Pfft," as they laughed out loud. Chongpeng was confused. Hyuk Moo Jin said, "Squad leader, that's great then. Ha, congrats in advance." Jin Taekyung said, "Yeah, sure, thanks a lot, ha ha ha. Warrior Chong, I think you went a little too far this time, ha ha." Chongpeng said, "Pardon? What do you mean? Am I wrong?" Hyuk Moo Jin said, Whoa, let's slow down some. We're almost there, so let's take it easy, ha ha." An old man said, Mount Hua First Crane. He's the Mount Hua First Crane, Baek Moo Sung. Goodness, what is he doing here? Was the Jin family this influential? Wait a minute. In that case, is that the Destruction Bloom fist that's beside him? Chulwoo said, "What? Was I this famous?" A person said, "He's really huge, just like in the rumors. The Flower Sword Phoenix is here, and she's really pretty." Yeonhyang said, "Did you hear that? Someone said I'm pretty." The people said, "Whoa, that's the ultimate plum blossom trio." Chulwoo said, "I'm sure you heard it wrong, so don't think too much about it." Yeonhyang said, "You're so annoying, seriously." Jin Wee-kyung said, "I think this isn't the right place for us to discuss important matters. Shall we go to our family's main estate?" Baek Moo-sung said, "I think that'd be good. Let's go right away." Chulwoo said, "First senior brother," as Baek Moo-sung sweats and looks behind saying, Chulwoo said, My stomach is hurting suddenly, so I need to go to the toilet shed right now." Baek Moo-sung said, "Why a stomachache now of all times? Hey, don't tell me you're thinking of." As Chulwoo's behind said, "Farts, farts, fart." Baek Moo-sung said, "All right, go do your business and head to the Jin family's estate right after." Chulwoo said, "Please, all right, go on ahead first." Eunhyang pinched her nose and said, "Ugh, you stink. What the heck did you eat, you poop bag? First senior brother, let's go quickly." A man in the crowd said, "Ooh, what smell is that?" A beautiful lady said, "Whoa, cough, cough." As the crowd said, "Gosh, ugh, let's go." Ango. Eunhyang runs away saying, "Blah," as the people run and said, "Let's hurry, blah." Chulwoo rips a huge fart as he stood silently, and he stands saying, "Now then, that old sir over there, can you bring me to the toilet shed?" As he cracks his knuckles. Leader O trembles in fear as he said to himself, to think that Country Bumpkin was one of the ultimate plum blossom trio. Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.